Okay, so again, happy St. Patrick's Day. A lot of people think St. Patrick was from Ireland, okay, but he was actually from Britain, and he was stolen as a teenager, y'all's age, and enslaved in Ireland. Kind of crazy, right? Then he escaped, and he brought back to Ireland forgiveness and a good message. Anyways, and his color was actually blue and not green. So what we do today in America is just kind of, who knows why, but it's wear the hat anyways. This hat I had as a kid doesn't really fit my head, so you know. But I know y'all needed to know that. So let's do this warm up. Now you should have your notes from yesterday, right? Right? And headphones. Yeah. Y'all can focus up here. Excuse me, young lady. Please. Now, on number 1, we have this picture. What is this figure called? I want you to count the sides and tell me what it's called. I count 8 sides. What do you call an 8-sided figure? Octagon. Okay. Now, if you remember from yesterday, the sum of the interior angles formula is n minus 2 times 180. Bell from yesterday. I hope so. Yesterday we did this. Okay. Now, what is n? 8. So let's just plug in 8. Okay. So I'm going to do 8 minus 2 times 180 to get the sum of the interiors. Okay, so if I do 8 minus 2 times 180, I'll get 1080 or 1080. That's the sum of the interiors. Not one of them, not each of them, but the sum of them, okay? Now, we also, on yesterday's notes, went over each interior, or one interior. All we're going to do is take that formula up here, and we're going to divide it by n. Okay, do y'all remember this formula from yesterday? N minus 2 times 180 divided by n. So that was in the middle of our notes on the back page yesterday. This gives us one interior angle if it is a regular polygon. And if you look at it, all the sides are the same, so it is a regular polygon. You put that away. Can you put it away? Headphones, please. Now, we're going to plug in 8 into this. So 8 minus 2 times 180 divided by 8. Okay? Now, another way to think about this, we already know n minus 2 times 180, or 8 minus 2 times 180 is 1080. We got that over here. So I could just take that number and then just divide it by n, the number of sides, which is 8. So either way you do it, you should get 135 degrees for each interior. Okay, let me emphasize this. Does everyone see the difference in these two formulas? Sum is this. Each is this. You got to know the difference. You got to be able to use them, okay? Okay, let's do another one. What is a 31 gon? How many sides? 31. Hey, please. So 31 gon, 31 sides. So same thing. Plug it into the same formula. N minus 2 times 180 is 31 minus 2 times 180. Okay, what is 31 minus 2 times 180? Yeah, 31 minus 2 times 180 is 5,220. Degrees. And then plug it into the each interior formula, n minus 2, 31 minus 2 times 180, divided by n, so divided by 31. All I'm doing is replacing n with the number of sides. Cool. Now in my calculator, I can just take that sum of the interior divided by the number of sides, 31. Now, in your calculator, if you get a fraction, how do I turn it into a decimal? You take that fraction and you hit Control Enter. Does everyone know how to do that? Control Enter gives you the decimal. Cool. So that's 168.39. The 7 makes the 8 round up. 168.39 degrees. Okay. Now, the warm-up and yesterday was all about the interior angles, the sum of the interior, each interior, okay? And then this assignment from yesterday, 316, was about the interior. But today we're going to do an exploration, little notes on exterior angles. So let me pass this out. And this shouldn't take all class. That way you'll have some time to finish the assignments from Tuesday and Wednesday. If you don't know what they look like that. They're in the blue bin. And there's notes for them too. All right, here we go. So everyone's looking at this sheet. Notes, polygon angles, exterior angles. I want y'all to focus up here because this is new. So if you got a phone in your hand, you should drop it. Okay. Or just gently put it away. Now, first one, triangle. We should know this. How many degrees are in a triangle? 180. That's just, everyone needs to know that. Triangle, 180. Okay, so go ahead and put that in. 180 degrees. Now, each interior, to find each interior, if it's regular, you divide by the number of sides. So divided by 3. What's 180 divided by 3? 60. Okay. So that means each interior angle on the inside is 60. You can fill that in on the picture. And what we're going to do is we're going to extend one of these sides, because what we need to get is an exterior angle. So I'm going to extend a side, and I'm going to extend it on the bottom left here. So extension. Okay, so right here on the outside, I call this my exterior angle. Well, how do I figure out my exterior if my interior is 60? What do you think these add up to? 180. Why? Straight line is 180 degrees. So that's another thing you want to know. A triangle is 180. A straight line is 180. Cool? So yeah, when I extend this, I'm going to take my inside angle, subtract it from 180. Let's do that. 180, take away 60 gives me what? 120. So this exterior angle is 120 degrees. Cool? Let's go ahead and fill that in on our second to last column. Each exterior, all the way around, is going to be 120 degrees. Now that's just one of them. How many exterior angles are there? It's a triangle, so how many exterior angles are there? 3. Now, if I know one of them is 120 and there's 3 of them, how do I find the sum of the outsides? What do I do with 120 and 3? Multiply by 3. So times 3 is what? 120 times 3. 360 degrees. All right, 360 degrees. Y'all ever heard someone say, man, I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to do a full 360. That don't make sense, because if you do a 360, you're back where you started. You got to do a 180. That's how you turn things around. You know what I'm saying? Math thing. You know what I'm saying? Right? You always wear glasses? Me. Oh, well, I feel that. My contacts are in the mail. You know what I'm saying? I'm all four eyes over here. You laugh? Yeah. Think it's funny? Oh. All right. Now, next one. This is a regular quadrilateral. What else do you call a regular quadrilateral? What is this thing? Okay, that's a square. What'd you call them? Oh! All four of my eyes are crying. All right, check it out. We're going to take that four-sided figure, n equals 4, and plug it into n minus 2 times 180. So we're going to do 4 minus 2 times 180. Okay, what is 4 minus 2 times 180? I get 360. Okay, so that means the sum of the inside angles adds up to 360. I'm going to take that, and then how do I find each interior? Divided by the number of sides. So divide that by 4, and I get 90 degrees. And you can kind of tell just by looking at the square, all four of those angles are 90 degrees, right? Let's go ahead and label that. Okay, now, if you remember the one we just did, what you're going to do is extend one of the sides, and we need to figure out this missing outside exterior angle. So once again, I'm going to subtract it from a straight line, which is 180. So take that 90, subtract it from 180. 180 minus 90 is what? It's also 90. So the inside angle is 90, the outside angle is 90 degrees. So let's fill that in on the second to last column. And then we can take that and multiply by the number of exterior angles. So what am I multiplying by? Times 4. What is 90 times 4? 360. Okay, let's flip it over. Do a couple more here. Pentagon. Once again, let's plug it into n minus 2 times 180. Pentagon, n equals 5, right? So we're going to do 5 minus 2 times 180. If you plug it in your calculator, you do get 540. And to get each interior, we divide it by the number of sides. So to divide that by 5 gives us 108 degrees. So over here, I have 108. 108 as my interior angle. When I extend the line, I'm going to subtract that 108 from 180. What is 180 minus 108? We do get 72 degrees for my exterior angle right here. Cool. So in the second to last column, each exterior is 72 degrees. And then I'm going to multiply that by the number of angles, which is 5. What's 72 times 5? Yeah, and if you're not sure, plug it in. We do get 360. Are y'all seeing a pattern here? Let's do one more here. Octagon, n equals 8. So 8 minus 2 times 180. So we get 1080 for the sum, divided by 8. and we get 135. All right, so that means each interior is 135 degrees. So again, to find the exterior angle, I'm going to extend the line, subtract it from 180, and I'll get 45 degrees for my exterior angle. Okay. So again, found the sum of the interior, found each interior, use that to help me find the each exterior, and then again, we multiply by the number of angles, which is 8. What is 45 times 8? 360. Interesting. We're going to skip the 100 gone. You can scribble that. Okay. Now, from these four, I don't know if you can see that zoomed out bad like that. Go. Ooh, what's going on here? There we go. Okay, what's the pattern you see for the exterior angles? Okay, all of the last column is always 360 for the sum. Okay, that's very important. The sum of the exterior angles is always 360. Okay, now we're going to fill that in down here at the bottom. If I can get us to move down. Okay, so the exterior sum conjecture says for any polygon, the sum of the measures of the exterior angles is always what? 360. Did y'all see that on the final column? The sum, not each, but the sum of the exterior is always 360. Okay. Now, this takes a little bit of thought. How do I go from 360 to get each exterior angle? How do I go from the last column back a step? Well, each time to go from here to here, we were multiplying, right? So if you're thinking backwards, you're going to have to divide by the number of sides. Okay. So you take that 360, the total, divided by the number of sides. That'll give you each exterior of a regular polygon. So at the very bottom there, each exterior of a regular is going to be 360 divided by n. Okay? So those are our two things we need to know. Now, I'm telling you, when we see this stuff on an assignment or on a quiz, people complicate things, right? So I told you the exterior sum is always 360, right? So what's the exterior sum of a triangle? What about the exterior sum of a 20-sided figure? 360. Even if it's in a 1,000-sided figure, the exterior sum is always 360, okay? Don't mess with it. 360 is the exterior sum. Now, when I start asking you each, that's when you got to divide by n, okay? Now, hold on to this. We'll have an assignment tomorrow that's going to include some of this exterior stuff. So right now, ask yourself, have I done these two assignments, 315 and 316? They look like this. They're in the blue bin. Okay. If you didn't turn in yesterday's yesterday, then you might want to work on that right now. Okay. I'm going to give you all time. Let's go ahead and do that.